Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. We've arrived in game 2 of this best of 3 between Wind and Rain and New Guys / ex-Kinguin / Let's Do It /
Slash
New
new
Men.
boys, slash new man,
Yeah,
slash,
we got them all.
slash Polish boys, Polish man, Polish guys.
/ Katowice Slayers. I don't know, like, how many names do these guys need? It's like, you know, when you go and, like, you see, watch, like, the show Vikings or something, and then the Great Warrior is announced, and he's got, like, 20 different titles, like, the Slayer, the Kingman, the Dragon Lord, and it just goes on for 20 minutes.
Lord of the universe,
Lord of the air, Lord of the sea. Okay, just basically
And
he's
the
a
land.
badass guy. There we go. But these badass men did lose the first game to Wind and Rain, and Wind and Rain, it just felt like the issue in the end was that Final Answer eventually was bound to come online, and they had great cores in place to create that buffer zone so that he could just farm. And it'll be interesting to see what they do this game.
Definitely, if you take a game for such a long time in which PL is free farming, it's always gonna be an issue. But the PL was not the issue. You know which hero was the issue. You know that enchantress.
We don't talk about that.
That hero was definitely the reason they won the game. I mean, I'm not saying that they couldn't have won with something else there, but I think it made it a lot easier for them. So this game, we do see the PL ban, and we see the meta pick bans, basically. The Bloodseeker and Silencer again, by the Wind and Rain. Bloodseeker just meta, Silencer, New Guys hero, Winter Wyvern, partly meta, partly also a very strong hero. A little bit interesting then that Wind and Rain are banning it out. Oh,
another interesting twist, actually, as New Guys wants to pick up the Magnus and the Lich. While this, I mean, I feel like we're in 2014 or something. This is the kind of stuff people used to pull a lot in their pub games.
I mean, not if you're New Guys. If you're New Guys, you go Lich Undying all the time, man.
Okay, I didn't want to point out they do it all the time because I got bad flashbacks of those early days of the Summer Cup where they just... Actually, no, that was the TI qualifiers, wasn't it? Where they got to the stage where they just got 25 on the Lich and it took like an extra 30 minutes for the game to end because their buildings wouldn't die.
And you steal the morph away from them. This is a way of dealing with Lich, as Morphling, because what this hero does is he eats your range creep, comes to your lane, and frost blasts. But if you are Morphling, you soak up that frost blast, you go full edgy, and you just heal up, and then you morph strength next time he frost blasts you. So overall, you can't zone out a Morphling with the Lich, and this has been a very old counter to that dual lane. So overall, I like it. I wonder if New Guys are gonna do something about it, like maybe put Lich on some other different lane. But overall, good thinking from Wind and Rain. As New Guys, they actually have a very good Morphling player in that Nisha guy as well. As the last best of 3, he actually won with that Morphling, and he did so much stuff for his team that he just carried them. So overall, the Magnus pick, however, as well, like we see these two picks. One is Morphling, it kind of counters, denies the pick from New Guys, and at the same time, we see Magnus. And Magnus is a deny pick from Wind and Rain, as Wind and Rain are very known for picking this hero a lot on the offlane. Like the dual offlane is 3 Magnus, I think it was them, right? That they basically started picking Magnus 3, and they started picking Doom Winter Wyvern. Those Winter Wyvern and Magnus weren't really heroes that were around a whole lot, and because of them, they kind of came back into the meta. So good thinking by both of these teams. Like, they obviously know each other very well. And how can they not? They played in the TI qual as well.
True. And I think it's also a case like Magnus, it's just decent at buffing up a lot of these range supports. I think the most popular duet at the moment is probably Wind Ranger plus Magnus. It's insane.
That's actually really good too. But overall, Wind Ranger did fall off a little bit, and with the sustain that Witch Doctor brings to that lane, you can still go for her. You can still go, definitely. There is Orb of Venom that's been nerfed, so that's also kind of a bad thing that you have to consider when picking that duo. But overall, I think it's all right. They can go for it. They can go for that Wind Ranger.
Interestingly enough, Wind and Rain decided to ban out the Kunkka this time, feeling it did cause them some issues. We were kind of torn on the impact of the Kunkka. It started to have an impact later in the game, when we were kind of expecting it to have that huge spike in the mid game.
Yeah, it was a bit too late. They just controlled the early to mid game way too well. And we have an Elder Titan. All right. So a very, very old school counter to Morphling. As Morphling is all about that agility armor, he doesn't really buy the items that provide you armor. So Elder Titan, with his passive, completely negates that. Also buffs up your magic damage versus Morph. So overall, something that I've seen people pick with Morphling just to deny that pick against them. I wonder if it's gonna work this game too. We have a Shadow Demon.
Hello. This is
hello, baby.
I mean, you know, this hero is pretty damn potent. We've seen it obliterate lanes before. If it gets enough stacks of poison, it's usually picked as a counter to something like a Luna, for example, just because of the illusions you create, or maybe something like a Wind Ranger because of the Purge. Not usually picked up in this sort of scenario. There's not something it directly counters yet.
It can be comboed very well with Invoker too, so maybe there's that chance. Maybe an Invoker mid for Bryle. We've seen him play one. I think he went to Exort too. So, I believe. I'm not certain. Did Bryle go Lina that game or was he Invoker? I remember one game there was an Invoker with Shadow Demon in Win and Rain game. Just not certain if the team against them rolled it or not. In any way, it opens up this possibility for them. They can go and grab that Invo if they want to. We have a Wraith King.
You know what? I'm happy. We were having a discussion before the cast began about Wraith King and the kind of position he's in as
me and
a core right
now. We have so many of these discussions before a game. Like people are gonna wonder.
They're gonna be like these slackers could be doing work. They could be improving the BTS product. I mean, they're crappy casters. You know, the production value is terrible, and they're just sitting around talking about heroes. God.
As long as they think that we're only doing that, just talking about heroes, it's all right.
I don't know what you're suggesting, but Wraith King. Yeah, let's talk about Wraith King.
All right, Wraith King, not a hero that we see way too often, and these new guys are definitely evolving into new men. Like these heroes are tanky and buffed as like look at them, man. Like you just don't want to stand against them. Like these Wind and Rain heroes. What is this, man? You have like this droplet of water. You have this like Shadow Demon that's all into BDSM. He's chained up and stuff. Witch Doctor, some old dude dying, like he can barely walk without a stick. And then on you guys, you have this like giant Magnus with pecs made of steel. You have this Elder Titan, man. He's a Titan. And then you have a king.
Even look at the Lich. Even the Lich has got some
Lich
abs going on there.
Lich can go hand in hand with Shadow Demon. He's also into BDSM, obviously, with those chains and whatnot. They can go together. But these three are just so tanky and manly. Like,
all right, we need a final manly one. What do we get? Do we just stick the Magnus mid and go for an axe? Like, screw it. We need more men. We need more muscular individuals. What's your muscular pick for the final pick for new guys?
Muscular pick, all right. So there's wait, I need to open heroes. There's Axe, right? There's Void, perhaps, but he's kind of small. He's one of those natty boys. He's natural. He doesn't use roids or
also
anything.
He needs like big items, otherwise he's like little squeaks. He's not really attacking
these guys
people
are all roided up. So perhaps Enigma. He's buff. He's huge. Or Alchemist.
How about an ogre?
Ogre, or definitely coming back to the meta just because of his appearance. That's it. Also, let's just a bit about this Wraith King, man. Like, what is this? Like, is this a hero? Is this still possible? Are you still able to pick Wraith King in the current meta? Because people haven't been doing it for a Axe ban. There you go. They're denying the manly.
They have ruined our new BTS Beyond the Styling format here. We're gonna have to go back to logical heroes. What is that? Like, we're going that, but quickly to hit on that Wraith King, what you're talking about. Like, I think one of the big things I was kind of saying to you was, like, it used to be you could sort of maybe justify a possible Wraith King. It sounds kind of cringy, but because you could get the skeleton charges, you could maybe look, there's some viability hidden there. But since the change, it's like buffed core Wraith King, but any chance of another role for Wraith King is gone altogether.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be core too, but overall, the Elder Titan is 4 here, you know, so he has to be the core. I sincerely doubt that Elder Titan is gonna be a core.
It
can be.
You got POS 3 for a while, and then that stopped happening.
He did. There was a while in which people would buy Solar Crest BKB Blink. They would get the damage talent, the spirit damage talent, and then they would just obliterate one of your cores in few hits. And we have a Pugna.
Oh, it
Alright,
looks like
so
they're keeping the non-manly theme. I mean, the Dragon Knight is kind of manly. You know, he hasn't got fantastic pecs, though. It's pretty flat-chested.
look at him, man. He's hiding behind that. So you don't even know if it's a man or not. Like, come on.
All right. Well, Pugna, decent, actually, because they've got quite a big bulk of tar push now with the Pugna plus Dragon Knight.
Oh, definitely. These 4 heroes can do a lot. They can start pushing fairly fast, and most importantly, this Pugna does not care about Lich's armor. So they have a way of dealing with that. Even the later talent, they have a way of dealing with it. So they can push, even if things go south and the game kind of takes a bit too long for them, they still have ways of pushing versus Lich. So that's kind of decent. And overall, this is most likely going to be a dual lane, right, with the Pugna. Let's see the last one. Tiny.
Hey, you know what?
Right.
He like this actually fits their team perfectly. We said they went boy, guy, then men. Okay, he grows each time. He's growing up as well. It's like a metaphor within the metaphor of their team. So they round it out with Tiny.
They took the Rock,
mid.
man. They got the most buff hero in the game, the Rock.
They got Dwayne Johnson in. That's right. Yeah. And like in fairness, like Tiny mid, I don't think I've seen him played there for quite a while. Everyone just kept trying him in the off lane again. Yeah, even after the nerfs.
We haven't seen him, but he got one buff, right? Like recently, after all the nerfs, or is my?
I'm trying to think.
He got toss damage got increased.
That was it, yeah.
Tree grab also got improved. So overall, yeah, and the growth status resistance got improved. So overall, the hero got completely nerfed. I think the edgy gain is the thing that destroyed him the most, but he can be picked again. And this hero, don't be fooled. It has an insane pick-off potential still. Like this Pugna can just disappear to one combo from Tiny. This Morphling as well, if he's not very careful with his strength morph, like Nisha can just obliterate him too. So the only hero that he doesn't work very well against is DK. But everyone else has to be on a lookout for this little rock because he can blow them up.
True. It definitely gives them... It feels like when I look at the lineup right now, they've got this type of bridging heroes that fit quite well. So the Tiny is kind of like dominant hero in the mid game, and it can just obliterate this Pugna pretty easily. At the same time, Wraith King's not a terrible hero as the game transitions later. Obviously, I think if you get super late here, it sort of swings in Morphling's favor. Like, Morphling's the strongest late game in like hero in this right now. We've got a weird loading going on right now.
Yeah, finishing loading seems good. Oh, okay, communication with the remote host has been disrupted.
All right, let's hop back in there. Let's go.
Still in beta, come on. It's fine.
You know what it is? It's probably the pauses. There's probably been a pause at the start. I've been told this happens a lot with certain teams.
Yeah, I heard some certain team.
Oh, no, there's no pause.
Likes to pause a lot. Oh, was it just me then? Because
it was like, I think this is like, there's been a few bugs with casting at the moment. Like, we had that the other day. Apparently, some other casters have been getting it. It's just, look, those in beta, all right?
Yeah, still better.
Yep. All good.
Anyway, you said you talked about Morphling and how he's strong late game. Yeah, he is. But you can't kind of neglect this thing with Elder Titan. Like, his natural order can prove to be very difficult for a morph to deal with even later on. So we'll see how that pans out, definitely.
I guess the argument is when you get the shotgun build, like, typically if you get pretty buffed up in the late game, you can maybe target the carry and just annihilate him, but Wraith King's going to come back up straight afterwards. That's the difference.
We talked about the way the Lich punishes cannot punish a Morphling. Well, they didn't lane Lich versus Morphling. They are actually laning him top with Wraith King, and Lich has ice armor level 1. Well, that's gonna be sort of interesting to see, especially on level 1. I think like taking Sacrifice or Frost Blast is like has so much value, but Frost Armor perhaps.
I guess it enables you to trade. If they actually attack you and they get slowed instantly, you can move across potentially as a Wraith King, get some hits in. Yeah,
but you're still a melee hero versus Shadow Demon and Pugna that are ranged, so it's not really super easy for you to do that.
There's a stun coming out, but instantly just interrupted by the disruption as well.
Especially as Pugna and SD can just harass you with their spells, so that Frost Armor is gonna help them, but yeah. He's gonna get level 2 anytime now, and the Sacrifice will be up, so it's not the biggest of deals.
I think the big deal here is going to be in the mid lane because we said we haven't seen Tiny here in a while. We've seen plenty of Dragon Knight. And Tiny's not a terrible hero against Dragon Knight. You can potentially find kills there with the Avalanche Toss combo and how hard you hit in general.
Lissash on top lane being super well blocked by the illusions.
So deep here. They almost actually kill him here. One more hit would have done it. Looks like that armor actually saves him in the end.
I mean, if he was just in a bit better position, he wouldn't even be in that situation. Maybe if they had Soul Catcher, he would have died. But overall, they waste his region. He only has one more tango to work with, so has to be super careful on that lane. When it comes to mid, Nisha is completely crushing Braille right now. Like, he's doing so well. And we forgot about that thing with Tiny versus melee heroes. You can just deny your creeps and still pressure the whoever is melee versus you. So Braille has to be super careful here.
The potentially volatile lane is the bot one. Like, top is kind of a casual harassment. Bottom's where you can easily see these just spiking, where Ritsu just jumps on full agi and potentially gets a kill onto either of these. But at the same time, it's risky against these two. You've got the stomp. If you get it off in time, suddenly Ritsu's going to die. Thinking that stomp?
Oh, the stomp.
Oh, hit it. They're going to go straight on the Kid Track. They skew him through straight away, and the damage of Katsu's so high. First blood does get drawn, and Ritsu forced to run away and start morphing strength as well. Katsu's actually diving for this.
Yeah, just a few more hits on him, and he's going to back off. Doesn't want to really dive that tower. Just assessing his manliness there, you know, just showing them what's going to happen in this lane if they get too cocky, if they even try to go on him. Another stomp.
He's just tricking them for a little bit. They just stand on the side, flexing their muscles, going, you know, come on, come across. We'll deal with you. You know what we said about that mid lane and how Brawl was struggling? He should found a DD as well.
Oh, it's going to get even harder. I mean, once Brawl has some levels, it's going to be a bit easier for him to last it with Breathe Fire. But overall, that lane is not super easy for him, definitely. There are easier lanes for a Dragon Knight.
I'm not sure who you can put instead. Like, I guess Forev's not too bad because he's so speedy, but that's still worrying because if you do get close to the creep wave at all, obviously you're going to get hit by the cleave from the tree grab.
Yeah, it's not better. It's not much better either. Like, as Forev, you are even more susceptible to just being blown up by combos, so you have to be careful when it comes to that too. Patos has been struggling a bit right now on bottom as his boy Katsor left him to heal up, but he's probably gonna bring him some regen here, a Sal.
You'd hope.
Yeah,
he's limping around. He needs.
Oh no, he's gonna find regen instead, perhaps.
No. I can already see this. Is he gonna get salved before he finds the Wait, no. The courier's gonna spot it. No?
Yeah, the courier sees it.
There we go.
Oh, they're leaving it for Nisha.
That's fair. That's fair. He's got a bottle after all. Meanwhile, top. They dive in the tower here. Exotic D taking a lot of damage. There's 3 stacks of poison. If they get one more on him, he should pop here. Millen. Oh, he hits it. Pop goes the Weasel. Now Elisash is all alone against 2. And they're going to continue. They've still got a creep wave here supporting them, so they can go deeper. Trying to stick up. That's not going to be enough. Forever will just pop him with the Nether Blast, and Millen doesn't even have to die for it.
Yeah, the Nether Blast really does not care about your armor. So, overall, 2 easy pickoffs coming the way of Indra and Rain.
We wondered how much this Wraith King can do, and so far, the answer is seeming like not much. He's not having a fun time in that lane. Need more bot. Patos. Looks like he's gone. The Maledict's done more than enough damage. He should pop out from the final hit. It's going to be a close call.
He's rip.
He's gone.
I don't want to spoil it, but he's dead.
I mean, it was a little bit close after the last Maledict proc. It looked like if he maybe gets 20 HP more, he's good, but no stick available.
If he made that tango perhaps a bit earlier, or if he had a stick, it would have mitigated the damage. Sadly, oh, Lich! You didn't even take the rune!
Oh no, he didn't get the rune and now he actually might die. Yep, they slow him down. They got the poisons. He's gonna just go vault. Oh no, he stays alive. Stick. 1 more hit's needed. Millen, he actually doesn't have the mana for... No, he's got 1 more poison. Doesn't need it. They'll just run him down. They're much quicker than this Lich, who has no boots yet.
The raindrop just saved him there. They didn't expect it. Like, it just saves him for a bit. Saved his ass. And he tried to run out. He could have used the shrine, arguably, but it's not worth it. He was dead.
Is Patos? No, he'll be fine.
Patos is fine, yeah.
He can't cast him for long enough for the creeps to hit.
They just pulled the creep wave away. They are realizing that they need more pressure on the top lane. That it's the artery that's just being severed, so Katsor is moving top. He's gonna try to, Yeah, try to help them out a little bit so his team doesn't bleed out here.
They haven't really got any stacks, though, so you can't go for the big staple gun hits.
Yeah,
but there's still kill potential with the Wraith Fire Blast and the Stomp.
They've been super aggressive here, so... well, they see that Magnus is alone on bottom, so they should expect, but let's see.
They're going to jump in here, taking a lot of damage. Can get Elsash learn off? The Stomp is good. They should be able to move across straight on top of Millen and quick enough. Wraith Fire Blast comes in. Bugnut not able to actually really help here. Millen's staying alive in the meantime thanks to Decrepify, but he's going to be going after that. That does buy enough time that in the mid lane, they run down and kill off Nisha. But Millen will finally... Is he going to fall? Man. It's finally going to drop. He actually almost got Elsash as well.
Yeah, he made them use so much region there. So overall, I mean, so much. Like he used 2 raid blasts. They used 2 echo stomps for Milan. Elisash almost died as well, and at the same time, yeah, it bought them enough time to go as 2-1 mid and kill off Nisha. So
yeah, I mean they were delaying inevitable, but like you said, they forced the shrine usage because of that.
Yeah.
Now it's a 3-on-3.
Yep,
it's gonna be a 3-on-3 now, which means. Who gets the better deal here? Kidrak can do a lot of work with those casts, surely.
It's only level 1 cast. Maledict level 2 though still does a lot here. I'm not certain though. You have to be very careful about Katsur because if he hits,
he's fine.
He's fine?
Yeah, no. Yeah, it looked like there was gonna be a TP in.
A bit.
Yeah, he was dancing around the tier 1 tower. It's getting kind of ridiculous right now. That first Elder Dragon form was used, and he done no damage to the tower at all. Anyone on top? Millen? Well, he died here before. The disruption will protect him, but they've got a stomp available, and he's slowed down, moving across. They don't even have to use it. They'll just run him down, right-click to finish him off. The Rev comes across well. The cast's going to bounce through the Maledict on the Exotic D as well. Stomp in return just to try and zone out. Katsor is getting low. Should be fine. But Kidrak, is he going to be fine himself? Is question. The Maledict on Exotic D is doing a lot of work now, as they have bursted him down with a lot of damage, but the big fat ones will keep him alive.
They're just gonna go for this nether ward, I suppose. But there's the Crepify for it if he wants to use it.
He can't risk it. He knows Katsor's nearby, and he'd be right. Like, he's waiting on the side with that stomp.
There's Invis on Nisha, but Braille is very well aware
Avalanche! Toss him back from under the tower. The Dragon Tail in return. Now it's going to be a TP in from Morphling this time. Nisha may have overstepped the mark. Ritsu waveforms forward. The Avalanche comes out in return. The irony of dying to himself. Nisha trying to stay alive, but the stomp connect on the 2 is not enough as Millen gets the final hit. And now they'll take this tier 1, or at least get a lot of damage in.
He did get that in his rune, and that was a great opportunity for him to go and try to surprise Braille. But Braille had a ward, he saw it, then he scouted with the scan on mid. He knew that Nisha was trying to do that, and he just told his Morphling, yo, he's gonna try and kill me, port here. Let's get a counter kill.
Let's get the crap out of Exotic Deer in the top lane as well, as Varev has got 6 before this Wraith King. It's kind of interesting, actually. Do you hold... So I've kind of like been finding myself holding the point when I get 6 for reincarnation. Just because you don't always want it to pop.
Yeah, you usually do that. You usually do that. Like there are 2 heroes. Maybe I'm missing 1 hero, but overall you save the point on Abaddon and on Wraith King. You don't really go... Like he didn't even save the point. He actually went...
oh, Disruption coming out on top. They buffed him up with extra damage on him. Elsash needs to be careful. Cast not bounced to the best, but Katsor doing a lot of work with the life drain. Can't finish him off. Elsash, the Maledict will get him pretty close. They need a few more hits in there, and they'll find it. Never Blast to finish him off. Katsor, they spot him in the corner. Pings come out. They'll find him as well. The buyback coming out from Lich. The stomp is not quick enough, and now Exotic Deer is here. But he needs to be careful. He's in a tight area. He could be stacked up with Shadow Poison. And
they
actually,
don't want to go on him.
He didn't take the reincarnation. They don't know about this.
They don't know this, so they don't go. What's a great way to play, man. Just risk it. Because no one wants to go on you when you have your reincarnation. I mean, you usually want to kill that Wraith King if he's level 6. Even if he has it,
because it's a huge cooldown.
It's a huge cooldown. That's why he didn't even take it. It's like one of the rarest ultimates that you don't take. So.
I've typically, like, sometimes I'll hold points, but in a lot of matches, I'll just not bother at all. It sounds crazy, but it's like, the value you get out of Wraith King's early skill points is clear. Wraith Fire Blast is one of the strongest stuns at the start. And speaking of that Wraith King, disrupted up. Oh no, they used the life drain already. Mistakes made. A lot of poison stacks on him. One more do it. Nope, they used it too early. The cast's going to bounce out. Won't find the Exotic Deer though. He'll move away after getting blocked by his own creeps. Elisash won't be so lucky. The Maledict on top of him is going to tick out. Katsor cannot help.
He's done. Exotic Deer has to be careful. He does have the ultimate now, though. He did skill it after
He decided
realizing...
he gets away with that once, maybe not twice. Oh, look at this, though.
Oh.
Brow's coming up. Kidrak is just dangling himself. He's like, fight me right now, but they'll just have to sell for the tower, which they can easily get with Brawl and Forev here. But that does free up a push by Nisha on the mid lane.
At the same time, Nisha and Morphling are kind of having a good time. They're completely free farming. So Exotic Deer is completely pressured, while Morphling is completely free farming. And arguably, you need more on Wraith King early on. You need more items. He's more momentum based than the Morphling. Yeah, you can play the Wraith King for the long game as well. You can go Radiance or whatever, but usually it's the Morphling that's kind of more late game oriented. So,
I mean, the good news is in this type of game, at least, you don't need Patos to get crazy amounts of farm because Magnus is their pick just for the buffer, as well as the potential for RPs.
He can help out both the Tiny and the Wraith King. So overall, like this Tiny is gonna be the thing that takes them through the mid game, in my opinion. And
speaking of Tiny, they'll disrupt him up. They'll slow him down with the Purge. 3 stacks on already. There's a lot down to Millen, but now the life drain coming out down to half HP. They can't finish him off. He moves away quick enough. One hell of a tanky individual sitting at almost 2,000 HP already. Yeah,
2,000 HP. The status resistances, the drums, the power treads. You have to invest a lot in killing him, definitely. Oh, Lisa, you're blocking your Tiny.
Forev, tossed back under the tower. Whoopsie daisy, you're gonna have to fight here. The Neverblast comes out, but he will fall. He gets a giant tree lobbed in his face.
That was almost a disaster, man. Lisash was blocking his Tiny for a few seconds. Nisha was trying to get to Pugna, but Lisash was just standing in front.
Like, no, you can't kill small innocent children. He's not innocent. He's been dead for like 100 years. Let me just get him. I mean, I feel like right now your Tiny needs either Shadow Blade or Blink Dagger. He just needs to start capitalizing, especially on the Morphling.
That's it. That's it. Once he has a way of initiating, he's gonna be rolling across the map and making moves. And it's just like he heard you, man. He just put Blink Dagger
put them
and
both
Shadow Blade. He's put them both in his quick buy, yeah. So definitely items that he needs. Items that are necessary for him so that he can start carrying his team on his back.
Well, your Wraith King, meanwhile, will just be dead weight. He's going for an armlet first, and it's just... he's still got some way to go for that. This is not what you... Like, you picked Wraith King to try and bully the lane. Didn't work out. Meanwhile, Alistash, no! The creeps came out, and the cast bounced beautifully for Kidrak as he gets a solo kill via the Death Ward Maledict.
It's always so unfortunate when the cask bounces from a creep next to you from the camp.
And they used the shrine as well. And they lost the team on mid. Patos.
It's a toss.
Oh, the disruption. The toss through, though. Wraithfire Blast comes out. And now they're going to force away Forever as well as they just melt through Millen. Stomp not really cheating much. Rich is going to come in. Avalanche return on Nisha. Wants to use his own abilities against him. Going to toss back the Elder Time towards Kidrak. The Earth Splitter comes out, but will it actually connect? He's trying to guard himself inside that. Now they're going to use the Chain Frost, but Ritsu is so damn tanky at this point. They're looking on the back line. Kidrak's going to get low. Forever trying to stand strong. The RP coming out of the two. They find Brawl and they find Ritsu. Ritsu, he'll morph back and he will look to just move away, but Brawl stunned in return. Life drain on Elisash. Forever doing a lot of damage. Brawl will fall. Now Forever needs to retreat. Ritsu doing a lot in return. Patos will fall, and now they're going to try and stun up Exotic Deer. He can't move away quickly here. It's going to be a lot of damage, but can he get out? Is the question. Ritsu's trying to move forward. Got the waveform available in 1 second. Exotic Deer is gone. No way he gets out of this. He's forced to use that level 1 reincarnation. Can they go against the question? They decide against it.
All right, they don't go for that. Overall, Wind and Rain, they did get more kills, and they put the Wraith King's ultimate on cooldown, so it's worth it for them. But you guys, even though the lanes have been going pretty badly for them, they are showing signs of life, and
they kind of have to at this stage.
Yeah, and maybe they don't have any items that provide them with initiation ways like a Blink or Shadow Blade, but there's always Toss. That's how they initiated on Shadow Demon there. So there's a pretty decent toss from Tiny on and Wraith King. So yeah, they have that. On the other hand, in the end of that fight, Katsur was he didn't have enough mana for Astral Spirit and the Echo Stomp, so he kind of failed the Echo Stomp. He had to be a bit too far, like he had to be a bit further away, so that he wouldn't, so that his channeling wouldn't be cancelled. And then it just looks silly. But there's a reason why he did it that way.
It looks like Wind and Rain just trying to capitalize their lead by taking more towers. And I think that's the big thing to highlight right here is that actually you guys haven't taken a single tower yet. So yes, there's 7,000 behind. But once you start ripping through these towers as the game goes on, you might see that gold swing back hard.
That's basically the way their draft work. Like on one side you have Forever, you have this Pugna that's just gonna be moving around and using Nether Blast and mauling these towers down, even though they have Frost Armor on them. And on the other side, you have this Magnus that's just farming. And speaking of objectives, Roshan is falling.
Pretty quickly, they found the DD on the Ritsu, so he is hitting so damn hard right now. And while that happens, Forev actually gets found by Nisha solo in the top lane. And that's still no blink yet, so he's getting close to it, but Forev just getting picked off by a casual walk-up from Tiny.
Yeah.
Oh, blink in. They found Sash, and he's just going to disappear.
Definitely not as valuable as the Pugna kill, but overall they do have that Aegis now, and they can be looking on, oh, mid. They take that Aegis down. No, you don't have it anymore.
Wow, okay, that's
the blink.
Overly bold coming out from Ritsu. Forced the waveform away. There was a rotation towards the bot lane, but instantly new guys decide against it. Oh no, they get the stun out in time. Elder Titan can't make it back to the safety of his side of the map, and Katzor, he'll fall here, surrounded by his own illusions. Well, not his own, but definitely versions of him.
So overall, they did take down that Aegis instantly, and that's good for them. But they revealed the blink on Tiny, so the next kill is gonna be much harder for him. And there's still no dagger on Pathos. That's the biggest issue for them. They need this dagger on Magnus so they can maybe get a cool RP off. Maybe they can take one of these team fights, because they're gonna be going together and speaking like they're already smoked up.
Yeah, they're targeting that Magnus. They want him. They've got the blink on Brow, and they need to get close enough. They don't have the Elder Dragon form. He attracts, smoke breaks, moving forward. He tries to skew away, but it's too late. The Malik and the cast bounces back as well. Pathos. This man cannot just get a break.
Man. I mean, yeah, very unlucky for him. The cast bounces from the creep wave as well. And honestly, Wind and Rain, they're just playing so fast. It's not even... We talked about this. He needs his dagger, and he's trying his best to get it. But as he's trying, he's being way too out of position. He's farming in a very dangerous spot and then moving through vision. They see, they know what's happening.
Nisha. Got hit by the Purge. Can they get him? Disruption. They see him. And moving across, he's surrounded, trapped between the trees, and illusions of himself. Nisha hit up by the Maledict. It looks like he's going to tick out from this. No way he escapes. The Shadow Poison just stacking the Avalanche. They'll finish him off in the mid lane. It looks like there's a fight going on. Chain Frost is bouncing. Not favorably, though. The Dragon Tail and Exotic did just to stop him chasing onto Forev. But they're going to go through. Skewer from Pathos, trying to chase onto this. But Forev, I mean, this small undead Eternal Child is way too quick at 421 movement speed.
Yeah, they used the Lich ulti there as well, and yeah, Dragon Form was used, so that's kind of alright for them, but they're most likely gonna lose this tier 2 off of that. They're as I said, Wind and Rain, on the back of this Pugna, they're just playing so fast. They're doing so much super early on.
The disruption from Millen. Long range, he catches him, and now Sash forced away. The Storm does slow them down with a blink ball, but Brawl will clean up the kill. And like you said, that tier 2, well, it looks like Wind and Rain, they're gonna claim it.
Yeah, at the same time, Ritsu is pressuring top. He should be a bit more careful this time to not be blown up by Tiny. But his team is... Yeah, they're rotating in, and they're not going to let him fall again.
I mean, so look at his health, though. He's learned his lesson this time around.
I mean, they're not letting off of the gas, man. Like,
oh, no, I agree.
You shouldn't. You shouldn't. That's true, but... Kinguin... I'm sorry, Polish guys, Polish men. Let's do it, whatever they're called. They haven't really been able to adjust to that speed. Like they've been picked off time after time, and because of that, only now does the Magnus get that dagger, and it's 20 minutes in. It's not the best timing. You already lost 2 of your lanes completely. Well, you have the Raxes definitely, but tier 1s and tier 2s are gone. So your cores have no ways of farming. There's only one side of the map where you can farm easily and without being pressured completely.
Yeah, it's pretty risky.
Your shrine. Yeah.
And it's like, that's not the best area. Obviously, there's only a few camps over here compared to the big wide jungle, the other side of the map.
They do have 3 blink daggers now.
Yeah, they're smoked up.
They heard us. They just want to blow someone up. Let's see. This is their time.
They're not going to find anyone yet, though. They need to go towards the mid. And there's a smoke and return. It's going to be broke by Elisash. They jump in, the toss, and the avalanche. Rev Yule's in time with the blink on the back foot. Looks like Elisash is going to die. And Rev forced away. He's already getting low on HP. The RP held by Patos. Doesn't want to use it onto Brawl alone. Exotic Deer just purged and surrounded. He doesn't have a choice here now. RP gets interrupted. No! Patos can't use it. He'll finally throw it out. But the Death Warden doing a lot of damage. Now the Stomp and return. He needs to move away. And it looks like Brawl's getting low. But Ritz is getting low. He's going to get popped. They're chasing on the small snakes. They can't find Brawl. He comes out of Invis to reveal in the back foot. And Patos, he will fall. And Kidtrack, looking to lead the charge. You might want to rethink this. There's still a lot of scary heroes around. Cator needs to be careful. The car still bouncing onto him. No. Exotic Deal will turn around. Stun up for Rev, trying to move away. The avalanche coming out in return. Brawl getting low. But Cator, he knows he's gone without Maledict. And he'll pop before he can get the stomp off. Exotic Deal forced to fight. No reincarnation available. He's just going to disappear. And they're chasing more. Life drain on Anisha. It's going to be close. Can they get him? No. Brawl did not throw out the pre-fire, which means that he will escape alive on that Tiny.
So unfortunate for them to not get that kill on Pugna. It would have meant a world of difference for them if they managed to kill Forev first. But he just survives that Yules, and he's building into Aeon Disc, so you're not gonna be able to utilize your blinks very soon. You're not gonna be able to blow him up that easily either. And those casks, those filthy casks, man.
I'm telling you, man, he's got there's something going on. You know, there's macros in the TI qualifiers. Maybe there's something going on here. Maybe he's
Kitrak is Atun's long lost brother, macroing those paralyzing casks.
How do you macro a cast?
He just right clicks so fast on someone that the cast can't follow.
This is not where you want to be. They catch him out, they stun him up, they blow him up.
Unfortunate for him, especially as an Elder Titan. You don't really have to be placing yourself in dangerous positions. You can always clear the creep phase from distance with the spirit into stomp, but yeah, he gets caught that time. And off of that, they're gonna lose the tier 2 on bottom.
And there goes the full safety net. Nowhere safe to farm now. And
Nisha?
Pink's coming out on Nisha. They do see him. A little bit too far away though.
This time he's gonna survive. He should be fine. And he has that Shadow Blade too. Yeah, he might turn on them. Well, they did kill him twice on top already.
He is a little bit angry about that. He wants to show his frustration, but he's gonna run into Ritsu. He doesn't have enough damage though.
Ritsu instantly swaps the ultimate orb into his inventory.
He's not taking any chances with this. Although Exotic Deer is nearby as well. They both actually converge on him. They might be able to kill him. But the tier 1's still up, which means there could easily be a response.
They need Elder Titan for this. Like, he provides them so much with that natural order. If they want to kill Morph, like, one of the reasons why Morph just disappeared in that fight, he's the only one that died on the side of Wind and Rain, is because they were able to blow him up with the help of that aura.
He does have a huge buffer in all these fights, which is, like, Nisha's... Tiny is one of the best heroes, I feel like, for morphing to just change into. You've got hell loads of health, you've got good stunts, and you get cleave. It's like, it's a dream come true.
Definitely. Oh, Nisha's gonna run into all of them here.
And his dreams are of killing people, but that is definitely not the target he wants. He wants Ritsu. Decent amount of health missing. Can he get him is the question. Look, Braw's so close.
He didn't want to risk it.
And he'll blink away in time.
Very unfortunate for him.
Man.
Like, how many times do you have a core hero sitting next to another, just, you know, just standing there? Maybe it was on purpose, maybe it wasn't. Probably was just protecting his Morphling while he was farming.
It's kind of just awkward because we've seen this before. We've seen tiny games where they'll pick up that blink, they'll pick up that Shadow Blade, and it's like, okay, kill time. But it's like the kill window feels so small at the moment, especially if you're playing from behind.
Brawl is running into Exotic Deer.
And he'll find him. Reincarnation's available, but they can easily pop him once if they're quick about this. There's support coming around. Ritsu just spike up the damage, or stun him up in return. But Ritsu shouldn't feel too friendly. The Ice going to come through. They pop the Reincarnation. The waveform away by Ritsu. Go back to the back foot. And nice use the Chain Frost to make sure that they are zoned out.
Tiny
but no bounces. Tiny coming in. Yules, they see him. Dragon Tail up as well. He's surrounded. He can't make it out of this. The life drain, just everything thrown on Nisha. He might be tanky, but he's not that tanky. They will just blow him up. And actually, Roche is... Oh, it's going to be up in 50 seconds. They can't get it just yet. And Exotic Deer ran far away on their side of the map.
They're probably just going to set their sights for that. Very good rotation from them again. They smoke up mid as soon as Magnus ported bottom. So they see one guy that ported on the different side of the map. And they instantly go on the opposite side because he cannot connect there. And they punish them for that port, and Magnus is not able to
Oh,
do it.
Forev got caught by Skewer. Instantly uses to dodge everything. The Dragon Tail coming in. Brawl getting pretty aggressive here. But they do just throw a lot on that, and they don't even find Forev. Again, that Yule's causing so much frustration for the side of New Guys. And Ritsu can just stand here now. Brow's Elder Dragon form is about to end, but Ritsu decides to become a strong Wraith King. Because he don't need no team. He doesn't get the reincarnation though, so he might want to be a little bit careful being perma-stunned. Oh, Skewer back! Oh, they took him in, Ritsu!
Oh, disappeared!
It just completely disappears there. And now chasing more Nisha. Yule start. Exotic to chase the Wraith Fire Blast out into Forever. Go through the cast bounce over to the creeps instead though. No! Finally, the cast work against him and Forever will just get wiped out. Millen chased on do more. The Purge coming next. Exotic is going to get low. In fact, he's going to die. No reincarnation available. And Millen, he's just trapped in the corner. He knows his fate is sealed, but he'll be at least happy he took that old Wraith King with him.
Definitely. That's one. I mean, he's not tanky, but his net worth is... He has a fat wallet. He has a Blink Dagger. He has a Nether Lance. Like this Shadow Demon has a lot of gold, and yeah, he can do a lot in these fights. A bit unfortunate for Morphling to be... I mean, yeah, you turn into Wraith King, but you have to know that they are able to skewer you back, because they just did the same thing to Forever. And they skewer you under tier 4s, and it's very hard for you to survive. We saw the power of Elder Titan's aura again there. Morphling, he does not disappear without that Elder. Not like that, at least. That was so fast, he couldn't react at all.
They also smoked up, but it was under reward. It's completely wasted. They're going to get absolutely nothing out of this, and you just took an advantage, but you chose to go for more kills and wards over maybe taking a few towers, which is what they need so badly at this point.
The thing about this smoke is not only are they smoking to maybe get a pick off on DK if they see him, that smoke was to get map control, and that's what they did with this ward. They kind of have a setup now if they decide to go for anything. However, Forever now, the last fight he did not have A on this, now he has it.
And he has a gem as well. Nisha can't sneak in anymore.
Like, they had problems killing him before because he would duel himself, then decrepify and just walk out. It's gonna be much harder now with that A on this too.
It's about to get even harder. Roche is back up, and guess who's straight in the pit without hesitation? Wind and Rain gonna go for their second Roche. And it's not gonna take them very long either. Ritsu, he just hits so hard at this point.
Yeah, it's very interesting that the team with Elder Titan is not contesting a pit though. At all, at least. They have RP. And they have everything they need. They have all their ultimates. Maybe they just decided that they are way too far behind and they don't want to contest it. However, Wind and Rain, they're not going to let them not contest it. They're going to smoke up, go into their own jungle, make a fight here.
They do give Aegis to Ritsu. They don't want to see him die under the tier 4s this time. Maybe die and instantly come back, they're fine with. But yeah, like they said, they're smoked up, they're making a move. New Guys already very worried that something is coming. They'll just look to get out very quickly.
You just said very like me, like a true Slav. They're not catching anyone. You were like very worried.
Welcome to Skydrive Quest.
I wonder if I'm gonna pick up any of that Brit accent while hanging out with you. I don't think that's possible, but...
Alright, you just have to repeat after me. Oh, blimey, governor. Go for that, right? All you do. Because that's all anyone seems to think we say.
Actually, I don't wanna.
Good. I'm glad.
I'm
glad you chose not to, because it's like everyone seems to think that that's how you do a British accent. It's just you say "Call blimey, governor."
I mean, so bay at your accent. I don't wanna.
Thanks, babe. Well,
I'm kidding. It's awesome. It's awesome.
Look at this push.
I love it.
Wind and Rain want the high ground now. Brow's got Elder Dragon form available, and they are just going to start pushing. This is the infuriating part of the game again, where Forever just sits there and never lasts.
And the illusions are just
skewering. They find Brow this time. Shadowblade up. The Avalanche coming out. The BKB brings Exotic. They're going to toss him back. Bobby has to eat the cheese already. Brow's going to throw out the Dragon Tail. But the Chain Frost bounces favorably. They'll find the kill. And now suddenly, Wind and Rain, they need to run. Kid Track spotted out. The Wraith Fire Blast going to come through. Exotic Deer moving across. The Skeletons doing so much work. Chase, little children. Chase! You must eat and become true skeletons. Wait, that doesn't make sense. How do you eat people and become true skeletons? Like, that's further from. But the point is they hold regardless. Don't question. You know what? In my mind, you know what it is? Because I had this discussion. I want to see like an extra Ags benefit for Exotic here for his Wraith King, where what happens? You know, with Nature's Prophet, where like with the Ags, you get big trees. You get big skeletons. That's what we need in this game.
So you get mini. Oh, you know what?
Oh, Nisha. Millen. He's got to be sitting there just kind of like slightly screeching right now. Like, that was close. Much closer than he'd like.
when you buy eggs, you get, instead of skeletons, you get little skeletons, but with crowns on them. You get little skeleton kings.
Skeleton princes.
Skeleton kings, man.
No,
Get
no,
little skeleton-
they're
you have a raid
princes,
king,
though.
and then you have Dota 1 skeleton kings running out.
Okay, okay. If they're big enough, I'll allow it to be skeleton kings.
Yeah,
Before we
the
get
Dota
sued.
1.
Oh no, Yules! They do see Tiny here. Nisha needs to move away, but slowed down, purged up. No, they interrupt the life round. They're back foot though. Cat's taking a lot of damage. Ritsu's just going to run him down. And now Ritsu, still with the Aegis, looking to go deeper. Going to fight up. Wraith King on Wraith King action. Who will be the Kingslayer? Because on the back foot, they already lost more. Nisha finally falls. And the chaser for Exotic D is not going to make it away from this. And Ritsu, another Wraith Fire Blast will do it. They'll pop him once. Can they pop him twice is the question. He's got the BKB available, but he's all alone here. He'll throw out the BKB and he'll just TP away.
It just seems that they can't really do anything unless Pato skewers someone completely back out to position.
You mean to their tier 4s, yeah.
Yeah. Like, that's the only way they've been able to take favorable fights so far. And they're probably not going to
They're pinging him right now. They've identified, they've heard you, Liz. They're like, okay, that is definitely the guy who's causing us problems right now.
Yeah,
Can we kill him?
back.
He has no choice.
Oh, we have 2 Pugnas.
Oh, no, not
Oh
this.
no, the 2 blasts.
Oh, this is just disgusting. Your base is going to disappear so quick. The skewer comes in, though. They're going to catch on to Ritsu, who's got the Aegis available. Will be able to waveform away, won't even have to use it. Turns back into Pugno, goes to work again. Exotic D is going to be purged up. He can't even move in to try and fight them. The glyph gets forced out already, but Brawl will just stand his ground. Kator moving in. Dragon Tail comes out. They'll hold him in place. They'll life drain him up, and he'll just disappear. Has to buy back instantly. He doesn't have the Earth Splitter for another 25 seconds, though. Oh, disruption. No chance he gets to stomp out. They'll just move away. They've got the racks. They don't need to hang around.
Yeah, and like we click on this Lich and he's only level 14, so he's not even close to the talents that he wants to have. That region is, yeah, in his dreams perhaps, but he's really far away from that.
He's just got like a clip up from the TI qualifiers just running on repeat of him doing that. And it's just a tear in his eye where he hopes one day he will get that sort of damage. That sort of impact, rather.
Are they going to fight outside of the...
Oh, no! Hansel just pulled back! He's going to die off again! And that's a big mistake. They blink forward, look for Elsash. They'll cut the back line. The disruption coming out in the meantime with Exotic Deer. He's trapped in by his own illusions. Every time the disruption placements, he can't move away. He's just standing there accepting his fate. He will just go pop and Elsash forced to move away. And if Wraith King dies here, they just go back to your high ground. On the other side of the fight, Patos gets caught as well. The Death Ward plus the Malady doing a lot of work. They'll find the kill on the Exotic Deer. Patos will be able to TP away in time. And just as the Aegis gets reclaimed, they're going back to your high ground. They're not done just yet. They want something more. They got the Elder Dragon form available in 30 seconds. You're going to be forced to commit anything you have to this. They do have buyback on the Tiny and the Wraith King.
Can Kanye defend his base? They used the RP already, and it's very hard for them to do anything right now.
Oh,
they have to wait these buybacks. If they want the side, they need buybacks. But even if you buy back, you don't have the RP.
You've already lost the tower. You can lose another lane. It's the double Pugner experience, and they put down 2 wards as well. Oh no, Elsash is going to go down to about half HP if he uses his Chain Frost. Atos wants to move forward. They blink in, looking on Nisha. The Avalanche comes out. They'll have to move away. The buyback on the Wraith Kings, looking to TP in the middle of this, and they will come through. Looking on the middle, he's protected by the Decrep Fire in the meantime. The BKB coming over Exotic Deer. The sleep is good. The Earth Splitter, this could be big for them. Get dragged down to half HP, they'll blow him up. Ritsu moving in deeper though. And it looks like this Shash is going to die. Kanto's going to hit the deck as well. And Exotic Deer here all alone. Patos can't even stand and fight. Exotic Deer is going to pop once. He'll come back again. They're getting low on HP, but they just kite him, surround him, stun him up. He's going to fall. And it looks like this might actually be it. They go for the tier 4s and GG.
It's a GG.
They have to tap it out in the end. Wind and Rain. A similar timing to the last game. They win again. And I feel so bad for Patos. It just felt like he couldn't find an impact with this Magnus.
Man, it just feels like the offlaners decided these 2 games. Like, who had the stronger offlaner, and both times it was Wind and Rain. The first time Forev has been doing so much for them. In the first game, that unkillable Enchantress, that was partly an outdraft because they didn't have any real ways of dealing with her. And this second game, as much as Forev was doing, Patos was not doing at the same time. And the Magnus just didn't have much of an impact. I fear that if you're rolling this hero, maybe you should get a support that can completely dominate that lane with him. They had the Elder Titan, and the 2 of them, they were doing fine. They even got the first blood on Kitrax, Witch Doctor. But then your safe lane is losing so hard that this Elder Titan has to leave the Magnus. And when the Magnus is left alone, he's just a non-factor, and Morphling 3 farms. And then your Blink Dagger comes online minute 21 as a Magnus. And that's the first time that you can actually contribute to your team. Minute 21 is the first time you can actually contribute properly without just empowering someone. That's, yeah, that has to be punished. And Win and Rain, they definitely did punish it.
It was that case of, like, they had to recover the Wraith King's lane so badly, and as a result, they sacrificed Patos. Like we saw, I think he was the last core to pick up a Blink Dagger, and it was his first big item. That's just, at that stage, your Magnus is relegated to just a threat, right? It's like, hey, if you go on us, I got an RP, but they didn't care. They just kept finding the Roche.
And then those RPs didn't even work very well. Like like it was never a game-changing RP. There was one on the high ground. They killed the Morphling, but they got wiped. Then this one in the end of the game when he RP to try and save Nisha, but Nisha still dies and the RP is wasted too. So overall, a hero that has such a long cooldowns for a spell that might be good, might not be. But yeah, you pick him because of Empower and everything else. It just didn't work out this time for new guys, sadly. Yeah. Sadly for them, we have an only 2 games here, right?
Yeah, sadly only 2 games. I think like the two, like we've kind of hit on it already. The 2 points that we'd basically say were like, if you had to choose 2, because obviously it's a sequence of events, but it was like the 2 generic kind of wider things to hit on was they didn't contest the Roches at all, which we were surprised by because their lineup's so strong for it, and they didn't create any space for Magnus to get a decent timing on that blink. And like, it sounds like oversimplification, but those 2, we saw the results of those 2 events, and I feel like the biggest shock out of all was that they never contested Roche with that lineup.
Yeah, they never really, they were so stuck playing around the bottom lane and the right side of the map, which is arguably the side that you don't want to play on. Like, you don't want to play around that. From the moment tier 1s are down, from minute 14 and onwards, most of these teams are going to tell you the same thing. You want to ward up the jungle around the Roche, and that's where you want to play. Yeah, the bottom lane for Radiant, that's a lane that you push out, and that's it. You can put your support that can push it out, or some carry that needs a lot of farm to just, and that has an escape mechanism. He can do that. He can push out that lane, but where you want to play is around that pit, because if you're not playing around that pit, that Morphling gets a lucky break. He gets that double damage rune. He walks into the pit, and the Roche is gone before you can even smoke up and contest it. Even though you have an Elder Titan that has an ability to scout for that Roche all the time. But they've been so behind that even if they contested, maybe it wouldn't have worked. So it was, and it's kind of mind-boggling because their draft, like, they have had ways of dealing with Ritsu Morphling. He was the only one that was constantly dying on Wind and Rain. Well, not constantly, but they were. He never really looked like a big threat. Yeah, he would turn into someone, into Nisha, and he would do damage, but he would die in most of these engagements, in these team fights.
I think it's like basically there was clear mistakes being made, but there was never a punishment from those mistakes, right? Yes, you lost 1 or 2 heroes, but then it just felt like new guys never turned that into an objective.
Yeah. So a 2-0 easy win, arguably for Wind and Rain. Let's do it. They did put up a fight, but yeah.
Well,
not.
That means that actually, I believe that. Let me check. Well,
let's check.
Have one more shot of this, which will be tomorrow. Same start time as today, where they'll go up against the winner of the next match, which starts in 45 minutes, guys. So you've got a little bit of break time, and that's going to be between Alliance and Espada. Should be an interesting one. Meanwhile, Wind and Rain, they just get to have a chill day. They'll relax, knowing that tomorrow they don't have to party until 17 CEST, because they're already in the best of 5 finals. So, guys, break for 45 minutes. It might be short if the teams want to play. It looks like they don't. I haven't had a message through, so it's probably going to be the target start time of 5 p.m. CEST. Go get yourself something to eat, something to drink, maybe socialize with people in the real world, and then come back to socialize with Twitch. I'm kidding. Just stay in Twitch chat and socialize with each other. That's the plan. I'm pretty sure that's what Liz is going to do, like throw memes at you for 45 minutes. So, guys,
of course. What else? What else, man?
Well, there you go. We'll be, stay tuned for Lizard memes, and we'll be back for that game in a little bit.